The choppiness index helps distinguish between trending and choppy markets. It does not indicate market direction, though it can confirm directional movement towards a trend in some cases. To an extent, it can also provide detail on the status of a trend and volatility in the market. Indicator values range from 0 to 100. High values at or above 61.8 are said to indicate the market is moving sideways in a choppy, consolidating manner if values continue to remain over 50. When below 38.2, the market is said to be trending, and it will remain that way while staying below 50. Falling towards the 0 to 20 range indicates highly directional market movement, and normally isn't sustained for long. Thus, it can hint at a slowing trend. We'll see various uses of the choppiness index, along with preferred conditions for its application, and cases where it fails and or has limitations. A wide range of real chart examples will be covered from various time ranges. So information presented in this lesson can be of use to you no matter when you watch this, or which particular charts you choose to apply the choppiness index on. After a choppy section with values near 60, a clear trend emerges. In this case, a downtrend. And that's accompanied by a steady decline of the choppiness index, which naturally drops below 38 during the strong directional movement a gap down brings. Quite promptly, the choppiness index rebounds, as price is indeed quite choppy after the gap down. Here, the choppiness index spikes up towards 60, even though there's clear directional movement, in this case, downward directional movement. But eventually, the indicator drops to those lower values to reflect this directional movement. It's a good example to show how the indicator can lag behind when there are quick shifts between strong trending movement and sudden consolidation, such as after the gap down. In cases like this, with extended choppy range-bound movement, the indicator doesn't necessarily have to be close to values around 60. Relatively flat movement of the choppiness index can also be a clear indication of a non-trending phase. This sudden drop would seem like a strong indication of more directional movement, in this case, again to the downside. But due to the quick rebound after the brief dip below 38, it's more of an indication of a clear yet short trend on a chart that's still predominantly range-bound and choppy in the broader context. Again, this current upswing is quite a clear and concise trend in the short term so far, but it's still mostly considered insignificant in the broader context by the choppiness index, which has arisen right when the upswing began to develop. Which makes sense since in the relatively range-bound movement, price has remained relatively unchanged. Naturally, some resistance approaching the 15 price area that roughly defines the upper boundary of the range we've been seeing recently. Quick price surges higher for a definitive bullish reversal developing further, which is reflected by the choppiness index continuing to drop. When this indicator rebounds, choppiness is said to be increasing, and that is indeed what is happening with price, as it displays this consolidation type of movement, which is a clear distinction from the steep trending movement we saw earlier when choppiness index values were much lower and generally on a decline, similar to what has just happened in the past few days. As you may already know, these last 3 candles are a distinct bearish reversal pattern, and in a way, such a rapid shift is poorly reflected with the choppiness index, which is not very useful during the formation of those few large candles switching directions. When the indicator does go consistently flat at relatively low values nowhere near 60, it's a good indication of the transition into another horizontal consolidation phase until another bullish trend rapidly develops. Of course, it's strong directional movement initially with the trend and the choppiness index showing steep movements, but the trend can't go on forever, and eventually consolidation occurs with choppy movement reflected by the index rising and flattening. From the start, there are lots of good levels and ranges to reference from these gaps. Now, attention is focused on the potential for price breaking over this first gap down fill around 105, as choppiness is decreasing according to the choppiness index. For more directional information, we can add an indicator like the Bollinger Band's %B indicator, which has already been covered in its own separate lesson. In this case, a bullish perspective would want Bollinger Band's %B values to remain high. At the same time, price rises and the choppiness index is decreasing. Now, as early uptrend development begins to consolidate, price remains relatively unchanged recently, so it's normal to see an increase of the choppiness index. Looking at Bollinger Band's %B, it naturally remains flat during this range-bound trading, but notice it's still quite high. And now price has a clear short-term incline while the choppiness index begins to fall. If these conditions persist, a bullish continuation could be quite likely. The indicators and even price continue in their respective directions, but rising price is being hampered by a drastic increase of selling. At this point, fluctuations are quite pronounced with price, and the Bollinger Band's %B indicator around its upper threshold in the 70 to 100% range. So yes, there are some clear swing points in the short term, but overall, in the broader context, this is a choppy phase that's gradually turning out to be more of a potential bearish reversal range. On one hand, prices remaining relatively unchanged and stuck in this well-defined range. However, there has been a slight yet noticeable decline of the choppiness index. That is partly due to the more directional movement of this small upswing recently. Eventually, a minor downtrend does take place, and that's reflected in the indicators. However, there is no decisive break of the lower boundary of the potential bearish reversal range, which results in the opposite situation, with a minor bullish continuation taking prices higher. When the climb does end, there are those usual characteristics of increased choppiness reflected by the index. And Bollinger Band's %B gives us a better idea of direction with these swing points taking place within the consolidation range. In general, the range centering around 5120 has historically been important, so naturally, a bearish candle forms upon contact. Wait for a short time and there's confirmation of a bearish reversal underway. Choppiness index values drop, but they begin to plateau, and that indicates there's still some choppiness remaining. Meanwhile, Bollinger Band's %B is dropping in the same way price is dropping to indicate strengthening bearish movement. But it doesn't go far, as reflected by Bollinger Band's %B and the choppiness index rising again, which can be quite normal during the middle of a double top formation such as this, which naturally sees all three of these elements drop upon its completion. After this gap up, price does continue to climb, but it's still choppy to some extent, as reflected by the choppiness index, remaining relatively flat even though it's at these lower values, prior to spiking up and flattening again to indicate even more choppiness. Now, for a successful gap fill, it would be preferable to see consecutive closes under the 35 level. While at the same time, the Bollinger Band's %B indicator remains low as the choppiness index begins to decrease for an indication of stronger trending movement on the chart, which is in clear contrast to the choppy movement within the range just after the gap up. For more on indicators as well as Fibonacci methods, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.